CLC, Stage 9, Grammar. Well, students, today we are going to review the nouns in the first and second declension in Latin, plus introduce the complete third declension of nouns, give you a usage for that darn dative case, and revise the comic. Let us begin. First off, we have the nouns that we've seen already, the complete first, second, and second neuter declensions. We've added the vocative, and notice with the vocative it looks just the same as the nominative, except for the second declension singular. So therefore, you have the long E, you have the long I for the I stem, and then for puer, you have it looks just like, well, puer. The rest of them are common. So wa, so wam, so wa, so why, so why. I'm not going to do the vocative because you know it's just the same as the nominative. That's why it's in parentheses. So why, so wa, so we, so warum. Piece of cake. Now, complete third declension. The third declension does not have a normal ending. If it doesn't end in us, or or it's going to be third declension. We have 3C, which we've seen already, and 3C neuter versus 3I and 3I neuter. Well, what's that C stand for? That C stands for that the stem ends in a consonant. So you have a nice consul, consulem, consule, consuli, consulis, consules, consules, consilibus, consilibus, consulum. Piece of cake. 3C neuter has, as you know, a radical stem change. So tempus, tempus, tempore, tempori, temporis, tempora, tempora, temporibus, temporibus, temporum. As you can see, consilibus, temporibus are the same. The genitive is that abbreviated orum to consulum, temporum. Genitive in the third declension is the short is, very important. Dative is a long I. And then, of course, the ablative ends with an E. What about 3I? Well, that's a third declension that has an what at the stem? An I. That's why it's called 3I and 3I neuters. So together it's nawis, nawem, not nawe, but nawi, nawis, nawes, nawis, nawibus, nawibus, nawium, mare, mare, marie, marie, maris, maria, maria, maribus, maribus, mariam. So let's look at the 3I and compare it with the 3C. So you have an IS in the nominative and the genitive. Well, how will you tell the difference? Well, if it's a subject phrase or apposite or equational phrase, it ends in IS. If it's a genitive possessive, it ends in IS. So you'd have to see the context. But now let's look. According to here, consolem, nawem. Now we console. Whoa, there's the I in the ablative. The dative, consoli nawi. Now for the plural nominative, nawes, oh, consoles. Nawis, there's that I, consoles. Nawibus, nawibus, oh, nawium, consolum. So that eum is, that I pops up. Now for the 3I neuter, mare, mare, oh, Marie, Marie, Maris. Oh, there's a nice endings. And then, of course, Maria, Maria, Maribus, Maribus, Mariam. Notice you still have that A in the ending in the nominative and accusative plural neuter, but you have the I there because it's got the I in the stem. Maribus, Maribus. Oh, nice big block right there. And then finally, Nawium and Mariam show that that's 3I in the I don't need to give a lot of comment on this, just to say there they are. Now, let's take a look at the dative. We've had the dative since day one in the noun declensions. Now for the direct usage. A dative is, at this stage, translated for an indirect object. Well, we know the subject does the verb does the object. Now the object goes to the indirect object. This is found in the pattern SVOIO. Subject does the verb does the object, object goes to the indirect object. Let's give an example. We have here Minnie Mouse. Oh, she's Sweetie's Day or Valentine's Day. She's got her package and she sends a little letter to her boyfriend. So, what's the verb? Sending. Who's doing the sending? Minnie Mouse. What's she sending? A letter. Where's the letter going to? The letter's going to her boyfriend, who happens to be, oh no, an Al Qaeda terrorist. Yes, that's right. Minnie Mouse may have connections with Al Qaeda. So the Al Qaeda terrorist here will receive the nice package. That means that the object phrase goes to. You can translate it as two or four, and this is where English becomes difficulty, because you could say that Minnie Mouse sends the love note to the Al Qaeda terrorist, or you could say Minnie Mouse sends Al Qaeda terrorist a love note. Who's getting the sending? Not the Al Qaeda terrorist, but the love note. Let's analyze. Now, I didn't do the verb first. They give, that's where you get the word dative for the case of giving, as Apollonius Discalus, the 3rd century BC grammarian in the Library of Alexandria, said it's the casus dandi, case of giving. So you give books to the friends, or give the friends books. Ah, this is where we have to break patterns in English. So, let's learn about monkey fist verbs. Monkey fist verb is, right now you take your fist. We have a lot of fist action in the class for verbs and for cases. Now we have monkey fist. The monkey fist verbs are, we've learned the first one, chapter 1. The verb of equating, you look for the nominative. But if you have a verb of giving, showing, or saying, well, then you look for the dative. We'll be seeing this more in class. And then what's the other fist? Ah, the other finger is everything else.
Less talk and more action.
Could be a long IS. Could be a long IS. It's going to be to the boys. It's got some long marks. Shows. Who's doing the showing? The merchant is showing many things to David the box. Could be 2, could be 4. The poet tells many stories, takes the dative plural, to the citizens. Monkey fist verbs will make your life easier. That's why I want to go for the verb first. Well, that's everything we need to worry about in the comic, but we could look at the comic here. Quintus gave the what? The money to the what? The slave. Subject, verb, object, indirect object. Subject, verb. Quintus showed. Showed what? The discus. To whom? The friends. Takes the dative. Or showed the friends the discus in English, which is a lot more complicated. Metella was searching for a gift. Sometimes those monkey fist verbs we mean giving, showing, or saying. Yeah. Indirect object. That's a tougher sentence. Showed, the merchant showed what? The merchant showed togas. To whom? The women. Melissa gave what? Money. Who would the money go to? The merchant. Dative. The cook was preparing what? Dinner. For whom? Quintus. Clemens was offering what? Wine. To whom? The guests. Quintus gave what? A signal. To whom? The slave girl. Well, that's all you have to worry about for grammar this chapter. Please review your grammar notes, have a complete binder together, ask questions in class, and remember, see me in office hours.